A pleasant good morning to you all. Love and enjoy the nature's beauty. Warm welcome to our English class. Hope you are fine and safe at home with your lovable parents. Listen to your parents' instructions and follow them. Take care of yourselves, which is very important. Now, a person has to grow spiritually, mentally, and physically. If that takes place, then his education will have more value. Hope you are doing it. Keep it up. Well, in our English textbook of Standard 10th, in the second unit prose, we have the lesson, The Night the Ghost Got In, written by the author James Thurber. Now the story in short. The incident took place in the author's house around the dining table. He thought that his father and brother must have returned home, but nobody was there. He felt that it was a ghost. He went to his brother's help, who was sleeping in the next room. Both went downstairs and found none. So they ran to their bedrooms in fear. Meanwhile, their mother awoke and she demanded to know, but none of them gave the correct reason. She thought there must be a burglar. She called the police, but they found none anywhere. When one of the reporters asked the author, he said that there must be a ghost. The author's grandfather questions them why there was police inquiry the previous night. So there was a lot of confusion in that house. Thus the story ends. So it was written by the author James Thurber. Let's learn something about the author. James Grover Thurber, who lived between 1894 and 1961, is an American cartoonist. The cartoonist is a person who does humorous drawings, author, writer of a book, article, story, etc. Humorist, one who can make jokes, playwright, person who writes plays, and celebrated wit. Wit means intelligence. So the author James Grover Thurber was a humorist, a writer of books, and makes jokes as well as plays, and for his intelligence. He is best known for his and short stories published mainly in the New Yorker magazine. So he was very well known for the cartoons he has drawn, and also he has published some stories in the magazine and collected in his numerous books. So all the things he has collected in his numerous books, for that he was really famous. He is one of the most popular humorists of his time. So during his period, he was very much a comical writer, as he celebrates the comic frustrations of ordinary people. So when he writes the comic dissatisfactions of ordinary people, he was very much appreciated and he became famous. James Thurber's autobiography and Hard Times was published in 1933. So he wrote his autobiography. Auto means one's self. Biography history. So he wrote a history of his own, and that is My Life and Hard Times. and it was published in 1933. So that was regarded as his greatest work. And the extracts of this lesson are from his autobiography. So whatever you got in this lesson is taken from his autobiography. Now this is the real story. Let us understand with some pictures, relevant pictures. The incident took place in the author's house on the night of November 17, 1915. The author stepped out of the bathroom by hearing a sound. He heard the footsteps of a man walking around rapidly around the dining table downstairs. His mother was asleep in a room upstairs. His brother Herman was in another room, and his grandfather was in the attic. He first thought that his father and his brother Roy, who had gone to Indianapolis, must have returned home, but nobody was there. It did not enter into his mind until later. It was a ghost. He went to Herman's room and asked him to accompany him downstairs. They went to the back staircase to listen to their footsteps. They saw nothing coming and only heard the steps again. They ran away and shut the doors in fear. All the commotion woke their mother, and she demanded to know what was happening. She thought there was a burglar downstairs. The mother wanted to call the police, but the phone was downstairs. So she threw a shoe at the neighbor's window to request them to call the police. The neighbor called the police, and the police came along with some reporters. The police entered the house and searched downstairs, and they told the author's mother that there was no sign of anything. When the police heard the author's grandfather in the attic, they rushed upstairs. Grandfather was an old man who believed that he was still in the American Civil War. He snatched a gun from a policeman and started shooting at them. The police managed to save themselves and came out of the attic. One of the reporters asked James about the matter. James tells him about the ghost. Hearing all this, the policemen leave the house immediately. The family returns to their respective bedrooms. The next morning, the grandfather comes down to the breakfast looking fresh and relaxed. Herman and his mother think that the grandfather has forgotten the whole scene. The story ends with the grandfather questioning them what on earth the police had been raiding the house the night before. Conclusion: the author feels that three mistakes have taken place. The first thing is the imagination of the ghost getting into his house led to a confusion. So the author felt that since he imagined that there was a ghost, and that itself led to a lot of confusion in the house. So the second thing is, it caused his mother to throw a shoe through the window of the neighboring house. So the second thing he felt was his mother began to throw a shoe on the neighboring house. That was the second mistake he was able to note. And the third thing was it ended with his grandfather shooting a policeman. So another mistake was his grandfather began to shoot a policeman. So these three things have happened because of the imagination of a ghost. And finally, this is what we can conclude. So the story, the narrator was sorry to have paid attention to the footsteps. So the narrator feels that since he heard some footsteps and he began to pay attention, all these confusions have taken place. And in one line, we can conclude like this: unnecessary imagination leads to confusion. So when we imagine unnecessarily, there will be a lot of confusions. So better not imagine unnecessarily and then confuse not only ourselves but also others. Well, that's the end of the story. The night the ghost got in. Hope you have understood. Before we wind up, here is some work for you. Answer these questions in a paragraph and send us. The first question is, what is the theme of the story, The Night the Ghost Got In? The second question is, give the character sketches of the narrator's grandfather and the narrator's mother. Okay, thank you for watching. See you in the next class. Bye.